I'm going to continue with your phone calls about the big Charlie Sheen story. Top economists, mainstream news trying to kill the dollar, bad-mouthing and say we could become Argentina. That's all part of the banking global takeover. They have to bankrupt us to get control of us. It's simple. Military economics. Charlie Sheen coming up. Live interviews Wednesday and Friday. Video interview Thursday. All coming up. Just so much is happening right now. I'm about to go back to your calls. We're going to go to Mike, Chris, John, David, Jeff, and others here in just a moment. I want to say hi to Charlie Sheen, listening right now. Again, Charlie's not live with us today because he wants people, because the media will just take the interview he's done, the interviews that are coming up and the live ones, and just make it about that. He wants to focus everything on 20 minutes with the president, with the letter, with the piece he wrote that has the material, mirroring the real meeting he wants to have with the president. Hey, side issue, Ted, what do you think of the whole Charlie Sheen situation? Ted is having a problem with his microphone. Ted, what do you think of this whole Charlie Sheen story?
Yeah, I just think that it's great that a guy like that in his position is willing to risk it all and put it on the line and talk about this particular story. I mean, we all seen what happened here not too long ago when back when 9/11 actually happened, and then a few years later. I mean, if the conservatives, what would you call them? The
neocons, the fake conservatives that tripled the size of government.
Yeah, the neocons. I mean, if you're just going to mention that 9/11 was an inside job, I mean, you're going to be labeled as crazy. You should be wearing a tin hat.
What about how the New York Times reported that the White House called up and threatened Mark Cuban and then sicked the Securities and Exchange Commission on him to punish him, and then he had to go to court and beat him? I mean, folks, that shows how guilty they are.
Well, that's the kind of crap that they pull. I mean, there's just so much political pressure to keep this thing under hat. I mean, like you said earlier, Alex, if you expose the fact that there are false flag attacks, it's one of the biggest tools that the Illuminati or the people that are controlling, calling the shots in the world. You take that tool away from them, they're not going to be able to wage war. You don't wage war, then the United States government gets a chance to get away from this central banking system. I mean, that's the way I look at it, and that's why I see it coming down. And my hat's off to Charlie Sheen. I just think it's great that he's doing what he's doing.
Absolutely. And we've got some newspapers calling. We've had TV calling here. I'm on air, so I have trouble going and calling them back. But I'll be off air in about 55 minutes, and I'll be able to deal with that. And then we need to call the Associated Press and get them to cover it, because once they cover it, then all the rest of the media is going to pile on. And the whole point is 6 of the 10 commissioners, Ted, said the whole commission was a fraud and a lie, and there was a, quote, criminal cover-up of the White House and Pentagon. Now, how is that kooky to go, hey, the commissioners said it was all a lie, there should be a new investigation? I mean, this is something the establishment hopes we don't look at. And as Michael Savage has even said, Barack Obama is going to stage a terror attack to get his agenda through.
Well, that's the problem. That's the ace in the hole, the card that the president has, or the people that the president bows to. I mean, let's face it. Barack Obama came in and he was going to end the wars, if you remember right. And he's not ending the wars; he's accelerating them. And the reason why that's happening is because the people that he answers to are the same people that George Bush answered to. And so, if you think you have a full new deal here with Barack Obama in comparison to George Bush, think again. I mean, Barack Obama has no more to do with this than Pinocchio has. I mean, the president of the United States is clearly just a puppet, and whatever they run on is always a hogwash and a bunch of lies, anyways. There's an agenda, all right, but the agenda isn't being put forth by our politicians. It's being put forth by some very wealthy business people that control the currencies of the world.
Absolutely, and folks, again, Ted told you he bought gold at the 945 level, silver at a lower level. He's running out of these supplies to get it at a price you're not going to find anywhere else. Give Ted Anderson a call at Midas Resources, 800-686-2237, 800-686-2237 right now, and tell him it's the Alex Jones special to get those prices. If not, you'll be paying $1,000 an ounce. Thank you so much, Ted. The illusion created by